Hello, I'm Graham Fitch and I'm bringing you this video demonstration for Pianist Magazine, issue 98 from Steinway Hall in London, as always. And we're going to be talking today about speeding up pieces. This is the first of two videos to do with how to take a piece, well, first of all, how to approach a piece that's going to end up being fast. Many of you will have seen my video on slow practice. Now, I am a great believer in first learning a fast piece slowly with fingering, with absolutely beautifully precise rhythm, with all the nuances that we can do at the slow tempo, but not believing actually that that's going to be the only answer. It's part of the story. You can practice a fast piece slowly from now until doomsday and it won't prepare you to play it fast. But it's where I suggest we start. So if we're starting, for example, with something like the CPE Bach Solfeggetto, which a lot of us played when we were babies. What I'm doing is listening for complete evenness. I'm making sure that I'm rhythmical, but not just rhythmical as in time. I want to hear my contours. I want to hear my shaping. Mini crescendo there, a little diminuendo, up. Do you feel what I'm doing there? When the music goes up, I respond. Now it's coming down. I'm not talking about a huge, great diminuendo. I'm just talking about response to contours, which we can do at the slow tempo. If I'm using something with pedals, such as this example from Schumann, the Foreign Lands and People, what I'm after here is tonal balance, so that my melody line comes out and my middle is soft and even. I want a little bit of tenor there because it's a long G. So I listen for that and I, by force of will, require my servants, my fingers, to produce what it is that I want based on what I see in the score. So in order to get to the faster tempo, there are basically two ways of doing it. And I'm going to show you the old-fashioned way first, which is the metronome way. Now, I'd like you to imagine I've got a metronome. I don't want to actually get one out and sit here and press buttons for you, but let's assume that I have practiced my slow tempo. And when I play it fast, all sorts of things fall apart, like I'm not even, my hand, one hand comes in a little bit, you say all kind of uneven and stumbly and awkward and stiff. I can find out, first of all, what tempo I'm able to play it at. So let's start with that as a starting point. Let's say it's that. I identify what tempo that is and find that on my metronome, and I practice it once or twice at that tempo. I think I can stop doing this now. Except what I want to do is now to increase my speed by, let's say, an increment of 5 beats per minute, or it could be 10 beats per minute. You can decide which is good for you, and that will then give us this. A little faster. And you might find when you start doing that, it's a little difficult the first time, and then you do it again and again, and then, yes, now I can get that. And then you up the tempo again, 5 by 5 or 10, whatever it is, until still not quite at the speed, but I'm getting there. Do you get the idea here? So then I would go on until I've got to the speed that I want. And if I really want, I can go on a little bit beyond that so that I can play it actually faster than I want. Now I'm going to show you, before we get on to the little bits fast, which is the focus of this video, I want to show you how you can still be fast at a slow tempo. Now I know I've used this example before in another video, but it seems to fit nicely, so I'm going to use it in this video as well. It's the Mendelssohn Rondo Capriccioso, and I'm just going to show you at a slow tempo the beginning of the rondo, but you'll notice that the movements I'm making are quick across the keyboard. Let me show you. I find my positions super fast. See how fast I'm moving? So the journey from here to here happens like lightning. Actually, probably faster, or at least as fast, as the eventual tempo. And so on. The little bits fast process that I'm going to show you is, some people call it chaining. What I'm going to do is play a snippet at the performance tempo. Really important. At the performance tempo, all the ingredients of a performance. Let me show you. You may think, why has he just done 2 notes? I start from that. It's the energy of the presto, the delicacy of the pianissimo, and the crackle of that little cell at the top. And I want to make sure that my stress is in the right place and that my hands come dead together. Yeah, I'm happy with that. What I do now is I add a note or 2 notes or whatever it is you feel you can do. But before I do it, I focus my mind on what it is I want. Now, no golf player takes a club out of their bag and swipes at the ball without first addressing the ball, I think they call it. I don't play golf, as you can tell. But I think what they do is they stand there for a bit and they look at where they want the ball to go, and then they're doing all sorts of stuff like this before they hit the thing. I assume what they're doing is they're imagining where they want the ball to go, and they're summoning up the required body movements to achieve that. It's exactly the same here. We do not play until we have in mind what we want to hear. Otherwise, it's an accident. If I don't have in mind what I want, it's an accident what comes out. Now, I noticed that last one was a bit too soft, a little bit unfocused. So the next time I repeat, I have that in mind. And I've corrected it. Now I think I'm ready to add another unit. Now I noticed there that my left hand and my right hand weren't quite together. So rather than bang away at it immediately, I spend a little moment focusing on what I want. So I'm going to shut up for a second. Think 10 times and play once is what Liszt said. There you go. And because by force of will, again, that expression, by force of will, I commanded my servants to achieve the result that I wanted. I could then go on until I've got the first little snippet, maybe up to there, and then I can start again. I can start as though I were indenting the phrase. I could start from, where did I get to? I guess here. No, that was too loud. That second note was too loud. So before I repeat, I hear the sound that I want. Yes, I'm actually happy with that. Don't be frightened to say you're happy with it, because we can go on forever being not happy with what we're doing. Know when you're happy, know when you're not happy. Now, what you'll want to do is possibly to end your practice either by just ripping through the whole thing, which I'd advise against for the first day anyway, or, and this is the worst thing you can do, go over it slowly. You're forming the reflexes for speed. What we're doing here is starting the development of reflexes for speed. Slow practice is going to get in the way of that. So during this stage of your learning, if you can avoid the slow practice, please do. Just know that it's going to be your enemy and not your ally. And in the next video, I'm going to show you some more ideas, methods if you want, for increasing speed in your pieces. So I'll see you soon.
Hello, my name is Erica Worth and I'm the editor of Pianist magazine. I hope you've enjoyed Graham's lesson. There are many, many more of these on the Pianist magazine website. There are lessons for beginner, intermediate, advanced, literally dozens of them. You can join our free newsletter. We'll be sending you lots of extra news on the piano world, exclusive competitions for you to enter, and tips and hints on how to improve your piano playing. So take a look at our website at www.pianistmagazine.com for a really exciting piano experience.